maybe a word from Miss Do. Got a question, feeling blue, or just wanna hear something new? We're sharing thoughts and points of view. The Yapping Corner welcomes you.
Hey, I'm Ju. Welcome back to the Yapping Corner, where I tell stories, give unsolicited advice, and somehow convince you to come back for more. If you're listening to this while trying to study, bless your soul. If you've got an exam coming up, same here. If you've just finished one, congratulations, you amazing creature. I personally have been drowning in midterms, which is why this episode is exactly what I needed, a mental breakdown disguised as a list of study tips. There's a pigeon on my window. Hold up. I hate those. Okay, listen. If you're one of those color coded 3 weeks ahead type students, I love that for you. But this episode is probably not for you. This is for the ones who are on the edge, drinking their third coffee, forgetting what date is, considering if manifesting the exam answers might actually work. So today, I bring you 5 barely useful but extremely real tips to survive exam season, powered by caffeine, delusion, and just vibes. Tip number 1: romanticize that all nighter. Let's get this straight. Staying up all night studying is not brave, is not aesthetic, is not giving main character energy, it's giving eye bags, regret, and digestive issues. But if you're going to do it, and I know some of you will, at least do it right. I once pulled an all nighter and it went like this: study a bit, panic a lot, watch a YouTube video about a completely unrelated topic, cry for a minute, realize you don't have the time to be sad, eat cereal at 3 a.m. and feel slightly more in control, study again until your notes start looking like ancient runes, and fall asleep on top of sad notes. Did it work? Technically, yes, I passed. Did it feel good? Absolutely not. Would I do it again? Maybe. Now, here's the thing: I'm not going to be anyone's productivity guru. I am the sleep deprived, snack powered friend who gets it done and somehow has an amazing average grade. This might be terrible advice, but it works for me. So, if you do decide to enter the unholy realm of the all nighter, do not just stumble into it like a fool. You need to prepare, set the mood, romanticize your misery just a little. Light a candle, make your favorite drink: tea, coffee, mate, or some cursed energy drink you'll regret later. Have snacks on hand. I mean, real snacks: sweet, salty, crunchy, comforting, whatever fuels you. Pick your snacks like your life depends on it. Now, clear distractions. Hide your phone in a drawer if that works, or put it on the other side of the room. Make it shame you every time you walk over to check it. Layer your clothes, because at some point you'll be hot, then too cold, then hot again. It's not you, it's the stress. And lastly, choose a comfy seat, even a blanket if needed. Dim lighting that won't make you feel like you're being interrogated. Make it cozy, even if your soul is withering. If you're going to be mentally unwell, at least be comfy. Also, do not forget the next day's clothes, your ID, water bottle, and some human decency. But here's the kicker: please don't pull an all nighter. I know I just gave you the full prep list, but truly the best thing you can do for yourself before an exam is sleep. Like real REM cycle, 8 hour sleep. Your brain is not a robot. It's a tired, overworked blob that just wants a nap and maybe some pasta. If you don't sleep, you won't be able to remember anything you studied. You won't even be able to function as a basic human. And trust me, showing up exhausted, caffeinated, and one intrusive thought away from crying mid exam is not the move. Sleep is your secret weapon, period. Which brings us to tip number 2. Pick one nightmare topic and marry it. Okay, picture this. It's the night before the exam. You decide to listen to your body and not pull an all nighter. Instead, choose one topic, just one, that haunts you in your sleep, the one you always skip, the one you pretend won't be on the test, the one you have put in the freezer. That's the one you're gonna review the morning of the exam. So make a chart, a summary, bookmark the pages, whatever it is you need, and have it at hand in the morning. You've done the work, hopefully. You've reviewed your notes. You've highlighted things that you didn't need highlighting. You've cried at least once. But now it's exam day, and you have exactly 47 minutes to cram in that final review before the clock eats you alive. Do not, and I repeat, do not try to study everything in the morning. That is a trap. You will end up panicking and relearning everything for no reason. Treat that one topic like your final boss. Make it your little academic project for the next hour. Reread your notes, do one more practice question, pretend you're going to teach it to someone else. And I swear, by the time you sit down to take that test, you will feel a little more confident. And sometimes that tiny confidence boost is what makes all the difference. You might even hope they ask you for that exact thing. You'll be in your seat like, go ahead, try me. I dare you. I dare the universe to put this on the test. And when it does, oh, the power you will feel. Better than coffee. Almost better than a nap. Not quite. Almost there. Now for tip number 3. Beware the fake break. It'll betray you. I'm talking about study breaks. Everyone says take breaks while studying, like it's this easy, healthy thing to do. Like you're just gonna walk away from your desk, sip herbal tea, stretch in a beam of sunlight, then come back completely refreshed. Sure. Let me tell you about some breaks that can almost ruin your chances at passing exams. I once paused my study session for 15 minutes, I said, to scroll through Instagram, and 2 hours, 50 videos, and a full tutorial on how to make a focaccia bread later. I realized I had forgotten not only the topic I was reviewing, but the entire subject. This, my friends, is what we call a fake break. It looks like a break, it feels like a break, but it is, in fact, a trap. A black hole where time, motivation, and brain cells go to die. And the worst part, there are so many types, and we don't even notice. I will break them down for you for educational purposes. Number 1, I call it the productive fake break. This is when we convince ourselves that we're still being useful while avoiding our studies. Example, I'm going to organize my study notes alphabetically, or color code them, or maybe create a full visual timeline of the story of modern linguistics using stickers and glitter. You're not studying, you're not resting, you're doing arts and crafts. And it is still stressing you out. Number 2, the just one episode trap. You tell yourself you'll watch one episode of a show, just one, a little reward for all the work you've done. Flash forward 4 hours later, and you're halfway through season 2. You've adopted a new accent, and you can now quote entire monologues from memory, but you still don't even know the title of what you were supposed to read. The nap trap. You lie down just to rest your eyes, no alarm, no game plan, no awareness of how dangerous that is. You wake up 4 hours later with a dry mouth, a crack in your neck, and no concept of what day it is. Are you late for the exam? Has it happened already? Is this your villain origin story? The doom scroll, number 4. Yes, a classic. You pick up your phone to answer a single text, but you end up reading a full Twitter thread about celebrity drama you didn't even know existed, looking at memes from accounts you don't even follow, watching a 12-minute video of a guy building a mini pool for frogs out of Legos. Next thing you know, you're emotionally invested in frog real estate and wondering why your brain feels fried. Number 5, the kitchen pilgrimage. You're just getting a snack, but somehow you end up cleaning the fridge, making a 4-course meal. You decide now is the perfect time to try the new recipe, and you forget why you are in the kitchen in the first place. The break becomes a whole event. You've entered a side quest. So, how do we survive these fake breaks? Here's how. Set a timer, even if it's just 10 minutes. Use the timer, respect your timer, worship the timer. Choose one type of rest, not a buffet, not a 12-step self care program, just one. A walk, a short nap with an alarm, a snack, or stretching. Try not to open social media, and I cannot stress this enough. Your For You page is not your friend. You could text a friend, tell them, I'm taking a break, yell at me if I'm not studying in 30 minutes. That could work. Choose a real friend. And lastly, create a safe break space. Not your bed, not your couch, a chair in the sun, the balcony, a window, anywhere that won't make you immediately want to give up on studying. And if you do fall into a fake break, don't spiral, don't beat yourself up, just reset, laugh about it, call yourself out gently, like, all right, back to it. We can do all of this after the exam. You will thank yourself later. Now, if none of the above worked, try this one. Because let's be honest, sometimes you walk into an exam room with nothing but vibes. A pen that barely works and an outfit that says, I tried, but not that hard. Here comes tip number 4, the most unserious one of all. Dress for the grade you want, or at least for battle. Let me ask you something. Have you ever put on an outfit and immediately felt like 25% more capable? That's real. That's science. Maybe not. Your exam outfit is not just clothes, it's your armor, it's your vibe. It's the one thing you do have control over when your brain is full of question marks and regret. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why should I care what I wear if I'm just going to silently suffer in a room for 2 hours and probably forget how to spell my own name halfway through? And that's fair, but I'm not saying show up in a suit and tie, unless that's your vibe. I'm saying dress like someone who's going to survive this exam no matter what. Or at the very least, someone who's not going to cry until after they turned in the paper. Again, I will break this down. Your outfit affects your mood. If you walk in looking like a raccoon who barely escaped a dumpster fire, you will feel like one. Trust me, I've been there. But if you walk in with clean sweats, even if it's sweats, a lucky hoodie, your favorite sneakers, maybe even earrings, you're sending a message to yourself. You're saying, I'm here, I showed up, I came to try, and that is half the battle. The vibes only plan happens when you've studied, but your brain is doing that thing where it's like, "Haha, no thanks. I will not be retrieving any of that information today." That's when you go in vibes only. You walk into an exam like you are the moment, like you're not taking its test. It's lucky to have you in the room. Channel all your remaining energy into confidence, because sometimes the difference between a breakdown and a breakthrough is just a solid outfit and a pen that works, please. You can even add accessories that boost brain cells. Like that one pair of socks that you wore when you passed your hardest class, and just wear them. Or your favorite sweater, the one with the nice colors. Lip balm, headphones, not for the exam, obviously, but for the walk there. So you can blast your I Got This playlist and pretend you're in the final scene of a coming of age movie. Now, here's the key. Even if you're going in vibes only, that doesn't mean you're going in defeated. It means you know what you're walking into and you're making the absolute best of it. It means that even if you're not sure about the material, you're damn sure about yourself because half the exam battle is mental. So if you can't be the smartest person in the room that day, at least be the comfiest, most put together version of your exhausted self. And hey, bonus points if you smell nice. Now, tip number 5 is going to be our victory lap. Whether you passed, guessed your way through, or blacked out for the entire second page and just hope for the best. It's time to talk about treats, rewards, and why you deserve something nice, even if your exam felt like a crime against humanity. So, tip number 5 again, always reward yourself. You've earned it. Even if you failed, let's get one thing clear right now. Surviving an exam is an accomplishment. It doesn't matter how well you did. It doesn't matter if you forgot your calculator, wrote a whole paragraph in the wrong language, or ended the exam with a dramatic, well, that was a learning experience. The point is, you showed up, you did the thing, and that alone deserves a treat. Now, this is why rewards matter. Psychologically speaking, rewards reinforce behavior. That means if you treat yourself after doing something hard, your brain starts thinking, that sucked, but afterward, I got a nice coffee and a muffin the size of my head, so maybe we do it again? Your brain is tired and deserves some serotonin. The treat doesn't have to be huge every time. A reward doesn't have to break the bank or be wildly elaborate. Sometimes it's going to your favorite cafe and ordering that drink, going home and watching a comfort show you've seen 14 times already, sitting in silence for an hour without making eye contact with anyone and just existing, or putting on your comfiest clothes, flopping on the bed, or maybe buying yourself that small, slightly overpriced item you've been eyeing for weeks, going for a walk and blasting your I Did It playlist, texting your group chat, it's done, and being flooded with emojis or stickers. Point is, reward yourself in whatever way feels good to you. It's not about the thing, it's about acknowledgement. What if you think you did awful? Listen, I've walked out of exams thinking I just invented new incorrect theories in front of a professor. I've looked at my test paper like it was written in Arabic. But guess what? You still deserve something nice because effort deserves recognition. Showing up matters. Trying when you wanted to cry and drop out and become a goat farmer matters. You're not rewarding the grade, you are rewarding the effort. Now, part of your reward can be not talking about the exam at all. Some people like to sit down and analyze every question they've answered. Others, we would rather eat glass than hear someone say, "What did you put in number 12?" Shut up. So, set boundaries. If your friends start discussing it, hit them with, "I've deleted that experience from my brain. Let me enjoy my fries in peace." You are allowed to celebrate yourself, even in the middle of chaos. Even if it wasn't your best performance, even if you don't feel proud, you're allowed to celebrate tiny wins. You're allowed to find joy after stress. You're allowed to say, "That was hell, but I made it out. Now I want a croissant." And you're allowed to not talk about it. And now, what's the point of doing hard things if you can't treat yourself like royalty afterward? And okay, that's a wrap on our goofy, chaotic list of exam season tips. This is your reminder that exams may come and go, but you are still standing. So go forth, eat that cookie, light that scented candle, and I forgot what I was saying. Oh, okay. I forgot something really important. Perfection is a myth cooked up by sleep deprived students with more caffeine than water in their bodies. So, bonus tip, forget motivation, just do the thing. Because let's get real here, you're not going to feel motivated every day. Some days you wake up and you're like, let's go, let's conquer this subject. I am unstoppable. Other days you open your notes, stare at the first word, and think, I would rather work an extra 8-hour shift than read this one paragraph. And that's normal. That's human. That's the university experience. Motivation is nice when it shows up. It gives you energy, purpose, drive, but it's also inconsistent. So when motivation bails on you, which it could, you need to call in its much cooler, much tougher cousin, discipline. When there's no motivation, there's discipline. It always shows up when you don't feel like doing things. It's that little voice that says, I don't want to do this, I hate this, but I will do it anyway, even if I do it slower, even if it's sloppy, even if I cry halfway through. Because something is always better than nothing. 5 minutes of reviewing is better than zero. One page of notes is better than none. Reading three concepts and understanding one is still progress. So you don't have to be perfect, just better than yesterday. You will never know everything there is about the subject. Even your professors don't. So instead of aiming for some mystical level of complete understanding, aim for this. Do I understand this better than I did yesterday? That's it. That's the bar. Maybe yesterday you didn't know what osmosis was. I don't know what that is, but today you kind of get it. There you go. Progress isn't linear. Some days you will feel like a genius, other days you'll stare at a word like, I've never seen these letters in this order in my entire life. It happens. You're not failing, you're learning. Some sessions will feel like breakthroughs, others won't so much. Both are valid, both count. So, tiny goals, tiny wins, tiny victories. Don't sit down with a 60-page textbook and expect to conquer it in one go. Instead, try, today I will understand one concept. I will watch a 15-minute video and take notes, or I'll summarize this one chapter in my own words. That's how real learning happens, in chunks, not sprints. So be gentle with yourself. Discipline doesn't mean being harsh. It means showing up kindly, saying, I'm tired, I'll try, I'm stressed, but I'll give it 20 minutes. I feel lost, but I'm still here. You don't have to push through everything with brute force. Some days, your best will look like a full study session. Other days, it'll be reading two flashcards and calling it a win. Both are enough. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm not motivated, I'm overwhelmed, I'm probably doomed, I won't get to finish with all of this in time, just pause, breathe, remind yourself, I don't have to feel fully ready, I just have to show up. You don't need perfection. And as long as you're doing a little bit more than you did yesterday, you're moving forward. You're learning, you're growing, you're doing just fine. And there you have it. 5.5 tips that may or may not change your academic life. but will definitely make exam season feel a little less soul crushing. Whether you're lighting candles, romanticizing your notes, rewarding yourself, or showing up to class in a hoodie that radiates, I've made peace with my fate, I hope you find something in here that helps. So here's what I want you to do next. Try at least one of these steps during your next exam week, just one, even if it's simply choosing the exam outfit. Now, for those of you who are not in university anymore and you've moved on from GPA nightmares and multiple choice meltdowns, then wow, what a loyal crowd I've got. You're here hanging out, listening to my chaotic energy about an experience you no longer have to endure. So, to all of you, the students, the survivors, the snack powered warriors, good luck out there. You've got this. Even if it's a total mess, even if you spiral mid test, you're still doing great. I know I said a ton of stuff. Try not to drown in this pool of information. Just pick one that you think you could try. And now go take your exam. Forget half of it immediately after. And don't forget to reward yourself. Thank you for yapping here with me today. Good luck and talk soon.
Got your coffee, got your tea. Settle in, you and me. A little advice, a laugh or two. Maybe a word from Miss Do. Got a question, feeling blue, or just wanna hear something new. We're sharing